Welcome back, Daya One Club. Today, I'm gonna talk about eating pleasure with type 1 diabetes. Stay tuned. I've got this tattoo. For my birthday gift in 2018, I needed tangible, visible, and unchangeable discipline tool because my sugar and carbohydrate addiction or sugar and carbohydrate binge in different food environments like traveling or social gathering skyrocketed my blood sugar. I tried everything to quit sugar and carbohydrate so hard and desperately, regretting more than 100 times, checking blood sugar after sugar and carbohydrate eating. And I found why. You can read Pleasure Trap and Hungry Brain. Quitting sugar and carbohydrate is 16 times harder than quitting drug, as in mouse experiment with cocaine versus sugar experiment, but sugar is still socially acceptable. Even though sugar and carbohydrates gradually kills people with addiction and toxicity. FDA approves sugar and processed carbohydrates like wheat flour because they are not acute toxin but just a chronic harm. This addiction is related to dopamine reward. High-calorie food secretes dopamine to survive. Humans have been programmed to like high-calorie food to save energy for during winter, drought, or war. Sugar and carbohydrate was the fastest fat storage with insulin. It becomes really hard to rewire ourselves now. We type 1 diabetes patients already know these high sugar and carbohydrate food environments and addiction makes it hard to control blood sugar. Then, we type 1 diabetes shouldn't have any pleasure from foods? Absolutely the opposite. Temporarily, humans can feel overly happy with high sugar and carbohydrate. And then, we got tolerance. Then we crave more and more sugar and carbohydrates. We get dependent on it, becoming very deprived and depressed without sugar and carbohydrates, seeking another high. Quitting sugar and carbohydrates can break this vicious cycle. Every food contains enough amount of sugar and carbohydrates to balance healthy dopamine level. We don't have to add sugar and carbohydrate foods to our diet. There are essential protein or amino acids, essential fat or glycerol, but there is no essential sugar or essential carbohydrates. Besides, sugar and carbohydrate addiction causes double trouble, while type 1 diabetes with extreme bolus and plunge, both in dopamine and blood sugar level. Our society is not educated about the danger of sugar and carbohydrates because it's quite recent diet changes with different food environments. From the past, even hospital foods or doctor-suggested guidelines for type 1 diabetes contain bread, cracker, fruit, or cereal. Seriously? Resulting from lack of nutrition knowledge. Our body is smarter and more accurate than somebody's PhD doctorate degree. Our body is not designed to comply with old conventional medical textbook nor doctor's authority. Let's check our blood sugar ourselves and make a correct type 1 diabetes guidelines ourselves. In a nutshell, stop sugar and carbohydrate addiction and educate the society and your doctors. At first, dopamine reward system makes it hard to quit sugar and carbohydrates. But once you made it, stable blood sugar and dopamine brings you better blood sugar and mood control, immunity, and brain function. Thank you very much. Next episode is about religion, ethics, and type 1 diabetes. See you next time.